Hello, you're watching QPVN News. I'm Anh Tuấn and here's the headlines. General Political Department of Vietnam People's Army receives first-class independence order. President LUONG hails Ministry of Foreign Affairs contribution to national development. Vietnam and Russia step up economic trade SCI-TECH cooperation. On December the 12th in Hanoi, the General Political Department of the Vietnam People's Army celebrated its 80th founding anniversary, December the 22nd, 1944-2024, and proudly received the first-class independence order. General Secretary To Lâm, who is also the Secretary of the Central Military Commission, addressed the event. Delivering the keynote speech, Senior Lieutenant General Trịnh Văn Quyết highlighted the indispensable role of party and political work, the political system and the political cadre at all levels, particularly the General Political Department throughout its 80-year journey of development. During the nation's wars of resistance, the General Political Department, along with political agencies and officers at all levels, ensured and upheld the absolute and direct leadership of the party over the military, defense, and revolutionary tasks. They instilled revolutionary ideals, inspired soldiers to persevere through immense challenges and sacrifices, and fostered a profound spirit of patriotism and proletarian internationalism. This indomitable resolve empowered the Vietnam People's Army to overcome all adversaries, leading to the ultimate victory of national liberation and unification. In the subsequent eras of socialist construction and national defense, including safeguarding territorial sovereignty and fulfilling critical international missions, the General Political Department played a proactive role in advising the Politburo, the Secretariat, and the Central Military Commissions. Their efforts strengthened the party's leadership's mechanisms over the military and national defense, while cultivating steadfast political courage among officers and soldiers. This commitment ensured their readiness to defend the fatherland and uphold peace and happiness of the people. On behalf of the party and state, General Secretary To Lâm awarded the first-class independence order to the General Political Department, honoring its outstanding contribution and legacy. This recognition inspires the department and military agencies to uphold the proud tradition of Uncle Ho soldiers and remain dedicated to serving the party, state, and people in the new era. Congratulating generations of cadre of the General Political Department as well as commissars and political officers throughout the military for their glorious and proud achievements over the past 80 years, Party General Secretary To Lâm suggested that in order to build a revolutionary, disciplined, highly skilled and modern people's army in the new context, it's necessary to further strengthen the role and responsibility of the General Political Department's affiliated units, political agencies, commissars, and political officers in the home military. On behalf of the Communist Party of Vietnam and state leaders, Party General Secretary To Lâm warmly congratulated on the outstanding achievements, remarkable developments, and glorious tradition of the General Political Department of the Vietnam People's Army over the past 80 years. He emphasized that the agency had clearly proved its advisory role for the Communist Party of Vietnam, while directing, guiding, and directly implementing synchronous solutions to improve the effectiveness and efficiency of party and political work in the military. You are the force directly building political and spiritual morale, ensuring that military troops are absolutely loyal to the fatherland, the party, the state, and the people, and bravely fight for the party's ideals and for the people's happiness, party and political work has been carried out regularly, continuously, widely, effectively and efficiently throughout the military. Thanks to such, we can maintain and strengthen the absolute, direct and all-around leadership of the Communist Party of Vietnam over the military, building a politically strong military, the most important stakeholder of the revolutionary military. Party General Secretary To Lâm highlighted assurance of national defense and security as a critical and regular task of the whole party, people and military, and the consistent viewpoint of the party on building and protecting the fatherland. The party chief affirmed the belief of the Communist Party of Vietnam, state and people that under the leadership of the Politburo, the Secretariat, as well as the regular and direct leadership of the Central Military Commission, the coordination and assistance of the central and local departments, ministries, mass organizations, agencies and units inside and outside the military, and international friends, the General Political Department will get increasingly mature and stronger, building on its glorious tradition, excellently completing all assigned tasks, deserved to be love and trust of the party and state and people. Vietnamese diplomacy has strongly promoted its pioneering role in creating and maintaining a peaceful and stable environment for the country's development. That was stated by President LUONG at the meeting with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs on December the 12th. In the context of a very complicated and challenging world, the diplomatic sector has gained many historic achievements, making important contribution to the country's overall achievements, safeguarding the nation early and from afar, and firmly protecting its independence, sovereignty, and territorial integrity. Vietnamese diplomacy has helped unceasingly consolidate the country's position and role in the international arena, while expanding friendship and relations with neighbors, regional countries and traditional friends nations. Looking ahead, the state president said the sector must stay adherent to the principle of steadfast in principles and goals, while flexible and smart in strategies, urging diplomats to combine the national strength with the era's strength and be consistent with strategic goals while maintaining flexible in tactics to assure the highest national interest. He laid stress on the need to uphold the foreign policy of independence, self-reliance, peace, friendship, cooperation and development, multilateralization and diversification of external relations, and capitalize on existing resources and favorable conditions to step up national development. Visiting and working with the National Defense Academy on December the 12th, on the occasion of the 80th founding anniversary of the Vietnam People's Army and the 35th anniversary of the Whole People Defense Festive Day, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính requested the National Defense Academy to strive to be the leading center for training, education and scientific research on defense, security and military at the strategic levels in the regional and global scale. He commended the Academy as the cradle of training talents for the country and the military, a spotlight and a reliable address for military and defense training cooperation, an attractive destination for militaries of other countries and international friends. Congratulating and praising the Academy for its achievements and outstanding efforts of the cadre, instructors, learners and staff and soldiers of the National Defense Academy in recent years, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính emphasized the important contribution of the Academy in the common achievements of the military, as well as the cause of national construction and defense. Over the past 48 years of development, the Academy has seriously grasped and effectively carried out the guidelines, policies and viewpoints of the Communist Party of Vietnam, the state laws and policies of the Ministry of National Defense. The Academy has well implemented training and education work, scientific research, international cooperation, and strategic advice on military, national defense, security, military building, and national defense consolidation. In response to the requirements in terms of protecting the fatherland and building an elite, compact and strong military by 2030 and developing the military into a modernized one, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính urged the Academy to continue thoroughly grasping and effectively implementing the Communist Party of Vietnam's policies and viewpoints on comprehensively fundamental renovation in education and training associated with national protection in the new context. He asked each learner to clearly see the honor, pride, and great responsibility when studying, researching, and training at the National Defense Academy. He affirmed that the party, state, and government always create the most favorable conditions for the Academy to improve the quality and effectiveness of training, scientific research, and international cooperation, with a focus on developing the National Defense Academy into a modern center for training, scientific research, defense, and military training on par with leading institutions in the region and the world. Coming up next, Vietnam and Russia step up economic trade, SCI-TECH cooperation. Vietnam strengthens global appeal as a top tourist destination. On December the 12th in Hanoi, Deputy Prime Minister Trần Hồng Hà chaired a meeting of the Vietnam-Russia Intergovernmental Committee on Economic Trade and Scientific Technological Cooperation. At the meeting, leaders of ministries and agencies reported on the implementation of cooperation between the two countries up to 2030 and the progress made since the 25th meeting held in September. They discussed obstacles in projects across industry, agriculture, trade, healthcare, tourism, labor, and education. Additionally, they explored the possibility of expanding cooperation in the oil and gas sector and other traditional energy industries, as well as construction of the Russian School and Moscow House in Hanoi. The Deputy Prime Minister urged ministries to continue working closely with Russian counterparts to effectively realize the agreements reached at the 25th meeting. He underlined the need to resolve challenges arising during the implementation of projects and to uphold the role of the Intergovernmental Committee in advancing cooperation in bilateral trade in general, trade and science and technology in particular. On December the 12th, Deputy Foreign Minister Nguyễn Minh Hằng and Alitza Binun, Director General of the Israeli Foreign Ministry, co-chaired the 5th Vietnam-Israel political consultation. The two sides reviewed bilateral ties, emphasizing key achievements such as the Vietnam-Israel Free Trade Agreement effective from October 15, 2024, which has boosted trade growth. In the first 10 months of 2024, bilateral trade reached $2.6 billion, a 13% increase compared to the same period in 2023. To capitalize on VIFDA's potential, both sides discussed measures to enhance cooperation in key sectors. They also exchanged views on regional and global matters. Deputy Minister Nguyễn Minh Hằng reaffirmed Vietnam's consistent support for the two-state solution, calling for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza, the release of hostages, and unhindered humanitarian aid to bring peace and stability to the Middle East. In the first 11 months of this year, Vietnam attracted nearly 16 million international visitors. However, tourism experts stress that to maintain and accelerate this growth, ongoing efforts to promote and market the country's tourism as essential, particularly in high-spending target markets. Renowned as a top destination for international travelers, Sơn Đông Cave tour operators are dedicated to offering one-of-a-kind immersive experiences. Rather than merely highlighting the cave's natural beauty, they have crafted exploration tours that allow visitors to actively engage in the discovery process. To amplify their reach, operators have embraced digital media and social platforms, producing live stream videos and travel vlogs that showcase the authentic experiences of visitors. We employ various methods to promote our tours, which is why we are always fully booked a year in advance. Experts recommend further expanding visa policies and providing state-backed incentives to attract international visitors, drawing inspiration from successful strategies implemented in other countries. Currently, we are implementing a similar strategy to the market that sends tourists to Taiwan. It supports one free tourist for every 4 paying customers. This is a significant boost that has created a shift, increasing the demand for Vietnamese tourists to visit the island. Thanks to the collective efforts of the industry, Vietnam is on track to reach its target of 17 to 18 million international visitors this year. Beyond just visitor numbers, Vietnam's tourism sector is now focusing on attracting high-quality tourists from premium markets. This is the end of the QPVN News today. Remember to watch our news again at qpvn.vn. Thank you for watching and goodbye for now.